The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
And I'm ready to go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Hey, Nick, go handle our light work.
Bowl games matter.
I would like a cold cut sandwich.
Attaboy, Happer.
You can call him Eamon Owens because he ain't got no D and he ain't got no J.
James Madison.
Turn your body cams off. Do what you do.
Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I'm Mike. With me, as always, is my very sad, very bummed out, very upset co-host, Scott. Scott, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm trying to fix my lighting because I look like a fucking asshole. But
are you coping? Are you feel like? Take me into your brain right now. What's going on?
I have a Max Fried jersey in my closet right now. I'm not the burning type, but I'm contemplating what I should do with it. It's foreign to me. I didn't have a Brian McCann jersey, and quite frankly, when McCann signed with them willingly, it was a little different. This one stings.
Can you go like full on Nick Turturro for us and just lose your mind in a video and talk about how you hate Max now and
no,
and the horse he rode in on and the cavalry behind him, like just full on.
No, because he pitched that game 6. Like he brought us out of the darkness, and that's what makes it hurt the most. Like he lives long enough. David got traded, motherfucker. Like it was different. Like, I had to deal with that. And he got traded to Cleveland. And then, the New York thing was whatever. Like, but this is different. Like when you leave, when there's a direct line and it's not a trade, it's willing. Like you signed a deal. Like you want to go there. Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I thought he's from the West Coast. What the hell is this shit, man? I don't know, though, man. He got the bag 8 fucking years. I'd have done it if I was him. I ain't gonna lie. He's a player rep. He had to take the most money he could get, so good for him, but fuck him, too. Goddamn.
The person most excited at the start of this show is Mookie, who just figured out why Scott was mad at a man named Max. He had no idea.
I figured it out as we were going live. So, Sarah, we already are one Google in, but it's successful. So when he confirmed it was Max Fried, I was like, yes, all right, cool. I pieced it together quick.
Wait, what did you Google? Hold on, I gotta
find. You just Googled Max.
All right, you want to know because it was kind of it felt good. So first I start with fallen sports hero Max. It didn't work out too well. I got a lot of again, all of you veterans out there, thank you for your service, but not what Scott was upset about. And I followed that up with sports Max recent news. And like halfway down the results, there was a thing about Max Fried signing with the Yankees. I was like, that's it. That dude. That's got to be what it is. And then Scott leads off with, I got a Max Fried jersey. And I was like, yes. Detective work.
Max recent sports news. God bless the internet.
I love you, douchebag. I love you so much.
It's okay. I found my spirit animal yesterday on the Simpsons broadcast, but we'll talk about that later.
God, the Simpsons broadcast.
Actually, it's a pregame, but the Simpsons broadcast, we have to hit on that.
I do want to talk about that because I was so excited for it, and then 2 minutes in, I was like, oh, God, I miss Chris Collinsworth. Like, that was...
Yeah,
it was rough. We'll talk about that. We have college football playoff news. We got to talk about, obviously, the bracket is set, fellas. All this time, the wise guys, every week, we finally have our final bracket. We got to talk about that. We're going to talk about this Soto signing. Like, that's insane that something can steal the headlines from college football playoffs. And it's Juan Soto getting $765 million over 15 years. We will talk Simpsons broadcast. I also want to do a sip, chug, Drainpour with Super Bowl contenders this week, fellas. So Robert Taylor, get ready. And then, I don't know if you guys saw this, big news on The Masked Singer. Big news, a big reveal, a show favorite, a show friend. We will get to that later too. Before we do all that, though, let's talk about these beers that we were drinking tonight. Scott, What is in your mug? We're rating it on Caesar scale, as always. Dog or no dog?
Well, it's not in my mug yet, but I needed something comfortable tonight, and this fit. I didn't even know when I bought this afternoon that I was going to need this comfort. But I stuck with the Great Lakes family, and I went to the OG. We sipping on Christmas ale with friends. Straight Christmas ale out of a can, baby. And I ain't poured it yet, but you already know it's the DOGGest.
That's a good Christmas ale. Is that the GOAT Christmas ale?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot of really good ones. I mean, I think 12 Dogs of Christmas ale is up there. Like there's a few that come close, man, but I don't think anything quite hits like the Christmas ale. It's like the Coca-Cola of Christmas beers.
All right, then what's the Pepsi of Christmas beers?
I mean, it might be 12 Dogs because I like 12 Dogs a lot. Like if I can't get my hands on some Great Lakes, then I'll do 12 Dogs.
That's a good choice. Mookie, what is in your mug tonight? Dog or no dog?
It's a dog. It's a little different, although I do think Caesar would like it because it's a sour. It is the Mixed Berry Silhouette from Hudson Valley Brewery. Man, it's sour. It's every bit of that name, with the blueberry and the raspberry giving a nice tart taste, but I kind of dig it. I don't think I'd have a ton. I don't think I'd drink it often, but man, I'm enjoying it. So absolute dog.
That sounds like a sour I'd be interested in.
Yeah, it hits a little weird on December 10th, but I'm into it. I'm here for it. Like, let's go. Why not?
Always good. It's always sour season.
Always sour season. But it also checked in as an IPA, so I'm like, I don't get that at all, but I'll take that badge. Thanks.
Gotta love when
Level
somebody on
52
Untapped
IPA
labels things incorrectly. Kev, we will get to your take on Soto here a little bit later with the locker room attendant messing up chances for Soto. Rex, sorry that your team is trading people away. At least your team is doing something, and unlike my team, who's just like, are there meetings happening? Weird.
I like how the Reds are like attached to everyone though. Like I keep getting like Reds are in talks for such and such, but like that haven't led to anything. They're just in talks, just chatting away.
I don't even think they're in talks. I feel like agents are just throwing out the Reds' names because that's nobody that they'll follow up on to be like, did you really offer them that? Like nobody's checking with the Reds. Everybody's just like, yeah, whatever. Sure, the Reds are interested. They're garbage. Where am I gonna go? Beat you to it, Luke. I beat you to it.
He did. He cut you off in the knees.
I felt like I already burned you once on it tonight with the Barriel one. I thought that was clever, but
bitch, especially the invisible ink text. Gabe is drinking Country Kush from Sycamore Brewing Company, 7.4% ABV. Says it's an IPA and a dog. Also, Gabe, if you jinx that Notre Dame game by going to it,
you know it's a wrap. You screwed. When I saw that, I'm like, wow, that is fucking bold of him to do that. And we
great
know
day to be a Hoosier.
We know. Yeah, I was just gonna say. Now you know what's happening. IU better put the house on him.
Put the house on him.
Game's in attendance. It's over. It's fucking over, man.
You can tell Scott is not the gambler when he's like, put the house on him. Drop the house.
Drop the hammer.
Drop it like that bitch in Wizard of Oz. Just drop the whole house right on them. Have their legs sticking out. Gabe does make a good point. I was thinking about this. He says he's 2-0 this year. So
hopefully that doesn't mean he's due.
Yeah, but what's his record in playoff games though?
Don't want to know.
It's undefeated. It's undefeated. He is undefeated in playoff games.
We don't know that. He could have.
No, he is. He hasn't lost.
He could have gone to a 14 playoff game. This is their first game at Notre Dame in a playoff. Matt Barson, Lou Holtz was the Masked Singer. Yep. See, exactly. You tried to.
I told you.
I knew it.
Away. I knew it.
Far away.
Matt Barr wanting to know Lou Holtz was the Masked Singer. That had to be easy to figure out. And now I'm just picturing Lou Holtz trying to sing like Karma Chameleon dressed up as like a snow cone or some shit.
Picture him just saying Masked Singer.
I'm really happy to be here on The Masked Singer. Sarah saying, welcome to the family, Chatham County Middle School Musketeers.
Yeah!
Right before the crosstown shootout, they switch over to the Musketeers. Well done. Sarah's also drinking some Mexican hot chocolate milk stout when she gets home. That sounds fantastic. Matt Barr is drinking Tropication Hazy IPA from Hardywood, 7.5% ABV. It's like someone else's dog. You don't want it around all the time, but you're never mad at hanging out, dog. Great description. That's a really good one. Rex is drinking Old Fezziwig. Rich
yeah.
Sam Adams.
It's Fezziwig, but you know. I had that on Sunday. That's the one from the Christmas pack. Like
I'm going Fezziwig.
It's Fezziwig. Look it up, motherfucker.
I'm gonna say Fezziwig on this one. Is this an apricot thing?
No, motherfucker. Look, he spelled it wrong. It's Fezziwig.
I just read what's on the screen, Scott. There's a question mark in there. I'm reading the question mark. I'm Ron Burgundy.
Fezziwig. Scallywag from Sam Adams. You'd drink that shit though, wouldn't you?
I would, absolutely. Robert Taylor said he's in the comments. He's drinking 450 North's Orange Splash Slushy Style Sour Ale. Good Lord.
Oh, man.
Hold on, let's do this one as Lou Holtz. He's drinking 450 North Orange Splash Slushy Style Sour Ale. Wow. With orange, tangerine, lemonade, and lime. Measly 5.3%, but
that sounds delicious.
It does sound really good. Really, really good.
On a hot summer day like today, I should go for that.
Right? Slaps.
A really hot December 10th day. I am also, Scott, getting in the Christmas season. And
no.
When I think cookies. So I've got the Cookie Exchange milk stout again.
I can't believe you made it.
I was absolutely gonna lose it though if we both showed up with Christmas ale. Like I thought for a second you were about to bust that out and I was gonna lose my mind.
Do you realize how many of these 6-packs I bought since I found it? Like I went back and read them multiple times. I haven't gone to the store for beer in months. I've just
same
what was in the fridge. And here
that came out and it's like, yeah, well, I guess I'm stocking up.
Every
That's
time
delicious,
I go to the store,
man.
I roll past the aisle and oh, look what's there. Yoink. We'll go ahead and take that. And I'm like, well, I'll have to get a new beer for next week. And then I go to the store and I'm like,
they still got some
of that. So there we go. It's a dog, as you know.
Yeah, I already know.
Let us know in the comments what you guys are drinking, whether or not it is a dog. Scott, do you want to get it over with now, or should we save your tears and your baseball talk for later? Do you like? Let's spin the wheel. You spin the wheel. Where are we landing first?
I don't care. It doesn't fucking matter. Whatever you want to do.
Baseball it is.
Oh, shit.
That was well done, you asshole.
It's the top sports story of the week, man. Like, we can't leave that. It's got to be in the A block. Juan Soto gets the bag. He signs with the Mets, leaves the evil empire, goes across to another borough, $765 million, 15-year deal. Scott, I don't know if you realize this, but that is 100. Hold on, let me get my decimals in place. 147,398,843.931 gordita crunches. That's what Juan Soto is getting paid.
I was wondering where that was going, but that's, you know what? That's a really relatable number. Thank you for breaking it down. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
My man almost got 150 million gordita crunches over the next 15 years, fellas. That is crazy. What an astronomical number. Scott, I got to say, like, I was laughing at this because it was Yankees tears. Like, that's what made this great. Like, yeah, I know you hate the Mets. You're anti-Mets, but it was great to see the Yankees get outspent by somebody, even if it only lasted for a day, because now the Yankees fans are back up. Now they're all excited again. Max signs with the Yankees, so they're back up. They're all excited. But for that 24-hour period, man, those tears that we were drinking, it was glorious. How did you experience it as someone who hates both the Yankees and the Mets?
Uniquely positioned.
This motherfucker right here. The glee in your face and your eyes and your
The reason
voice.
why there's glee, Scott, here's why there's glee. I will explain this now to you. It is just relief because I've always known my team's never going to compete. They can't compete. And then I see a number like $765 million over 15 years, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care anymore. I don't give a shit one bit because my team will never spend $765 million on the entire team. They might not spend it on an entire team for the duration of all their contract. And like, I don't care. I'm blissfully just enjoying the ride at this point, knowing that we'll never be at that level. So fuck it. I'm out.
I mean, that's fine. But also, yeah, I was enjoying it. But yeah, it was very much like you got grazed in the nuts, right? Like it wasn't full on, but you still got hit in the nuts. Like because him ending up with the fucking Mets isn't much goddamn better. I hate the Yankees and absolutely don't want them to have any joy. And you're right. It is an amazing thing to watch as Yankees fans feel like the rest of us have felt forever. Oh, somebody outspent us? The injustice. Oh, God, one of ours is going somewhere else? Oh, that never happens to you, sleaze bags. You're always on the other end of that shit. You've been stealing everybody's players for decades, and now it hurts. Oh, man, I should fucking cry some tears for you sons of bitches. But then what do? Then you go and fucking steal my goddamn shit, you fucking assholes. This is why nobody likes you. This is why nobody goddamn likes you. Because as Mike said, now you're back. Now you're back for about 24 hours. Burn these Soto jerseys. Fuck that Bob. He doesn't want to be here. He's not a real winner. Which he is a real fucking winner. He just won at the goddamn bank. Every time he walks in, he's making $91,000 a goddamn at bat. He's the winner here. And you assholes got cheaped out by like $5 million a year at the end of the fucking day. Oh God, that's gotta fucking sting that you got outdone by $5 million per year. You fucking shitheads. And then you did this to me. I fucking hate you. I hate you so goddamn much. So goddamn much. I hope that you lose everything. Everything. Every day.
It's even better hearing the stories that have come out. Like Passan put out a story that one of the reasons why Soto wanted to go to the Mets was because while he was with the Yankees, the security guards did not let his family into a suite.
In the suite,
so he got really pissed off. And then as part of his deal, Steve Cohen
gave him a suite.
We're going to give you a suite for free for your family. And he was like, they like family here. I'm going to go here. Like I just like this little nugget that like, that's what did it. Like the Yankees could have come in $10 million over, and he was like, "Yeah, but that's sweet. That motherfucker that nah, fuck you, Mookie." As somebody who doesn't care about baseball whatsoever, how did you take this Juan Soto news?
This is insane. Like this is just nuts. This is an absurd amount of money for a dude that swings a bat at a ball every once in a while. Like it's crazy. They were talking on the radio. And of course, it was Cincinnati talk. So they're saying maybe Ellie De La Cruz is the first $1 billion player, but it's coming, man. I bet within the next 3 years, we have a player signed with a similar deal for $1 billion fucking dollars. Like that's nuts. I looked it up. If you took Juan Soto's money, if you took his salary, he could pay for the Reds payroll for 7 years. He could fund him for 7 years and have change left over in his pocket. Like he could.
I was gonna say it's at least 7 years because you're not. I bet they weren't factoring in those years where they cut payroll and only actually they spend about 70 to 80 million and sneak that in for a few years.
Their current payroll for this year for 2024 is $100 million. Juan Soto's getting paid 51% of that. Like. And
the numbers are so absurd. Mike's got a great point, dude.
Sweet.
It's cartoon money. Like you're really just like, what? Those numbers are absurd. They don't even compute. Oh, $50 million a year. God bless America, man.
1,846,965.699 medium fries at McDonald's. That's what Juan Soto can buy with his contract. And apparently the entire
I love that you go with the medium fry. Like he's not buying larges. He's going to be like, no, but really the value is in the medium size. So give me 218 million of those fuckers. Medium fry.
Oh God.
Rex wanting to know, do you think he did it at this time on purpose to make baseball outshine
No
playoffs? I don't think baseball's that smart.
No, he's not. Like nobody was timing that based off of that. Like, and there's no way MLB would have any type of hand in that. That was just pure coincidental luck. It happened to be the first day of the winter meetings, and Scott Boras, being the douchebag that he is, of course wanted to make a show of force and swing his dick out there. So it just happened to be the same day. That's all.
God, what a redemption story for him, by the way. After last year,
fucking
with
dick,
all
man, that's the moral of the story. That is the story of 2024. The villain is gonna come out ahead, so don't even fucking bother, okay? The presidential election, Scott Boras, the Yankees, it just don't fucking bother. The bad guys always win, kids. Just quit while you're behind.
Did you see the shit on the calendar for 2025? New Year's Day is on a Wednesday, so the letters of the days are WTF. Nice. And that last happened in 2020. So if this is what 24 is like, we might be in for a long year.
Like I said, like I keep saying, just finish it this time. Don't half-ass it. Whatever comes about, whatever global pandemic comes this time, come in and rock the shit. Don't let there be anything to save us. No. We got a last man on earth this thing. It's time to wipe it out and start over.
That's how I felt.
Because the Mets signed a baseball player.
Stories about there's supposed to be aliens fighting the army in the sky, and I was like, good, please just fucking do it.
Yes.
Great. I hope aliens do rise up and just murder all of us at this point. Like, am I gonna miss my wife and kids? Yeah,
I'll be dead.
I'm dead. So I don't care. Like, whatever.
Yes, dude, thank you. I've been saying this since the end of it. I'm telling you, it just didn't do enough. Like people are like, oh, look at the numbers. Like I know, but we needed worldwide, just poof, like zombie apocalypse type shit.
We needed
not actual zombies, just right, yeah, just boom, just half the world's population just going.
So you want that Thanos shit? I'm cool with Thanos. I'm like, you know what, Thanos? Yeah.
Thanos was right.
Got a good plan there, man.
There you go. Go to the merch shop. Thanos was right.
Wait, is that our merch shop or
yes?
recordsports.com/shop?
Can we get sued for using the Thanos name? Is that
not if we spell
I
it wrong.
don't know.
That might be trademarked.
What if we spell
probably
Thanos?
We'll put it up there until they take it down. Until we get a cease and desist from Disney.
Why not?
Fucking, that sounds badass. Get a cease and desist from Disney.
That's like something Pat McAfee would do before he got famous, right? So let's see how it works out.
Matt Stanton is calling you out on your $1 billion talk. He says, I don't believe the $1 billion talk because there's really only 2 contracts that are over $360 million. We have Shohei and we have Juan Soto.
Right, and those two both occurred within the last 12 months of each other, right? And it took us 108 years of baseball to get to that, and now we have had 2 in the last year. It's just a matter of time.
But you're not going to get any more this year. That's it. We're not going to get anybody else over $700 million this year. So
no, I know it's not going to be immediate. That's why I said within the next 3 years.
In order to get that, you had to get the modern day Babe Ruth, who is top of the game in pitching, top of the game in hitting.
Yeah.
And then the following year, he gets upset by a guy that claims to be.
Whoa! Slow down there, Mike. Jeez, we're all friendly here. Calm down.
He gets upstaged by a guy who claims to be 26 years old.
Whoa! Now you're being another guy.
No,
jeez, whoa! We are all inclusive here at Craft Root Sports. We do not hate anybody. All groups.
Just saying.
Yes.
Juan
Feels
Soto
like
does not look 26 years old. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I've seen 26.
Race card.
I refuse to take that race card. That's a quick pull, Mookie. I don't appreciate that one.
I hovered for quite a while. I gave you a chance.
I'm not saying anything race related. He looks like he's 35. That's all I'm saying. The man looks older than 26. Don't you be hovering over that card again, Mook. Don't you do that. Come on. Soto's not really 26, right? Like, come on. Scott, he's not really. He is 12. He's got the crayon drawn birth certificate to prove it. He's not 26.
I believe that there may be something on, but then somebody found a picture, excuse me, of him as like a child. And, based on the background, they did, an analyst of like the logo, because he was at like a minor league ballpark and there were like logos behind him. So they were able to like nail down, okay, this company had this logo in this year. He couldn't have been any more than this. And they were like, yeah, just based on this photograph of a young Juan Soto, like he should be like 26. They couldn't disprove it, at least based on this photo and the age he's claiming to be. So I don't know. I'd like to think that all of these guys are not, but then we always find out later that they are. So fuck if I know.
These guys.
I you know what? Well, it only happens with, the guys that get signed at a very young age and lie about being a certain age so that they get signed. It's all the Latin guys. Like that's just how they
just happened to the Padres this year. Like that's why I'm
it always
literally just signed a guy who they thought was 14 and he turned out to be 19. Like that's
it's not as it's like that's a pretty big difference. I feel like physically in your development. Like how do you fuck that up?
I don't know if he was 19. It might have been 17. It was a good amount, like enough that you should be like, that kid's not 14, right? Like you got it.
You should be like, wait a minute.
But that's why I'm looking at Soto, and I'm like, you don't look 26, man. Like I look, whatever. The other big story.
Look, to be fair, for the Mets' sake, I hope he's like 40 years old. Like then they signed him for 15 years. Good luck with that. Like I hope that we just saw the best year of his career for the other New York team. Yeah, I said it.
Isn't
this is just like a straight downward spiral in trajectory of.
Isn't that possible? That's what happens, and it has nothing to do with his age being fake.
Yes,
he's in the Mets now, so
yeah, no doubt, for sure. But really, even if he is 20, here's the problem. Even if he is 26, we've seen how this goes. Fucking Mike Trout was a beacon of health, and then he wasn't. And
is he still playing? What's he?
Yes, but he's just hurt all the time. And you see it happen with guys all the time. Once you get past 30, like all bets are off, and these guys' bodies can just fall apart quickly. It happened to Griffey. Like we've seen it time and time again. So, the 15 years, I know that everybody's like, well, there's an opt-out after 5. Okay, well, once you get through and he's 31, if you think there's any way, like assuming he's just been about as good as he's been to this point, you're not getting out of that deal. But then that's when the decline starts, is after that. Like the back end of the 30s is when you're like unless you've won a bunch of titles up to that point, like it could look real bad in a fucking hurry.
Listen, we've got it. I just found this online. We've got, thanks to computer generated software and like AI and what computers can do now, we can now project Juan Soto in the year 2039. And there it is. There's Juan Soto in 2039.
That's dead on, man. That's well done.
Yeah, that's good work.
I didn't do it. I stole it, but
that's fine. Whoever did it, internet person out there, tip of the cap to you. That's good work.
Mookie, why did you shy away from Tyson's comment so quickly? Was it the avatar that shook you a little bit? His
No, I thought originally he was saying they've been mistaking 14 for 19 in terms of the number of titles they won, which I thought was hilarious. That like they can't count the number of titles the Crimson Tide have actually brought home, but it's more of a Pete Rossi kind of thing, I think.
Hell of a breakdown.
Well, you asked.
Max Fried, huh? He's going to the Yankees.
Going
what are
to
the details
Manhattan.
on that contract, Scott? Because I just read the headline and then was like, oh, Scott's probably in tears. And then you sent a text message that was like, I'm not okay. What are the details on that contract? 8 years, I think you said.
8 years, 216. I don't think there's any opt-outs, so they're just paying the load, which this is going to not be like, I love Max, but I know the warts that come with Max, and the warts even worse when you're talking about aging for pitchers. Like, they don't age well. This has all the makings to just be the most god-awful deal in like 2 or 3 years. Like, it could go way worse than the Soto contract in a hurry. So I love Max.
What we're hoping for, right?
Oh, well, now absolutely. But I mean, yeah, I love Max, but I'm not gonna wish him well because it means they win. So
you can wish wish the team well every 5th day. It doesn't have to be all the time. Just
Yeah,
or Max goes.
I was just gonna say,
and then the reliever comes in and gives up the home run, and they lose.
I was just gonna say, I hope he goes 9 every game, so it's all the records, and the only games they ever win are the games that he plays.
You don't want him to set all the records, because if he sets all the records,
oh, that would hurt. Then they have him in there with New York caps on. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
Then they're talking about going to the Hall of Fame, and then the conversation has to be, oh, is she going as a Yankee? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So no, yeah, you're right. Fucking arm falls off tomorrow. Let's go. There's no in between.
Well, I don't know why he had to talk you into that, to be honest. I kind of figured that'd be your default stance, but
well, I talked myself into the other way, and then he talked me right back out.
I just nudged you the other way, and then I was like, pull you right back. Here we go. Hey, it wouldn't be too bad if he just every 5th day. Oh yeah, you know what? That's not bad. But then he might be a Yankee in the Hall of Fame. Fuck you now.
I'm fucking out.
Amazing turnaround. Tyson said, Mookie, you absolute douche. The correct term, Tyson, is droosh. He is a droosh.
I just now realized what his avatar was.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I thought Mookie got scared. I thought Mookie got
scared.
No. Bailed. The audio-only audience, Tyson's avatar this week, his new changed avatar, is Luigi from the Mario Brothers. He's got a hoodie on and a gun with a silencer, and it says Luigi Mangioli or whatever.
Oh shit!
That's a story. Also, there was a comment.
That's A+ work.
There was a comment earlier. I think it was Rex. Maybe I gotta go back and find it. But when I broke down the Soto numbers in terms of French fries, I want to say Rex. I feel bad because I can't find it now. It was Rex. You can't go to McDonald's. They snitches. Did you guys see the Burger King tweet? Did I get tricked by the internet that the Burger King tweet that just said we don't snitch? And
I did not see that, but that would be hilarious if they did.
Was it real? I got to know if it was real or if I got.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's worth Googling.
This is definitely a Google.
All right, Google that, Mookie. Find out if it's fake. In the meantime, Mass Singer update for you boys.
Also, Tyson's asking for it, and yes, give it to him, please.
All right, well, Mookie's Googling. I will do it. Definitely for that. It's a great image.
It really is. It's so simple.
Sarah wants to know, Mookie, please Italianly pronounce Mangione.
Mangione.
Very well done, Mookie. Yeah. You're learning on this one. And then Rex said Burger King and Taco Bell tweeted it.
That's amazing.
Well, according to Newsweek's fact check, Burger King did not post it.
Got by the internet again.
Yeah.
I did not get got by the Masked Singer reveal. I don't watch the show. I haven't watched it since the first season. I didn't think there were that many celebrities that they could pull out that I would be any interested in seeing sing after the first season. But this season, there was a celebrity that they revealed that I was like, they got him. They got the celebrity. And I can't believe he didn't win at all. Mookie, Bronson Arroyo was unveiled on the Masked Singer.
I mean, he could sing well. That's a good contestant. That's a good entrant. Like, you're supposed to entertain on that, right?
He had a great rendition of Under the Bridge that he sang from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Very nice.
He did Miley Cyrus. He sang some Miley Cyrus. Dude's got range. Killed it, but not
what
good.
Was he? What?
He was some dog. Sherlock Hound was his character.
Ew.
But then he
good for him.
Yeah, it was great. And then he revealed himself, and Robin Thicke was all excited because he was like, I'm a Red Sox fan, and thank you for breaking the curse. I've watched every game that season, which is bullshit.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Also, we need to set out a reminder. Bronson Arroyo had cornrows during that run. Just
thing that
happened.
Hashtag never forget.
Cornrow Bronson Arroyo is my favorite Bronson Arroyo.
Yes,
he took off his mask and started answering questions. Dude, it was just like when he was on the show. Like Nick Cannon was like holding the microphone, like, wrap it up here. Okay, all right, okay.
That's great. I love that Bronson is the same no matter where he goes. That's good for him. He's fucking genuine. Like, I'm gonna go on here and sing some songs, but I'm also gonna talk your fucking ear off.
He was like talking to Robin Thicke, like on and on, like. They were just having. I think he forgot he was on a TV show for a second. He was just like, getting it up with Robin Thicke about like, hey, we're boys now. This is great.
That's hilarious.
Can that show end now? Can we end it? Like
I thought it had.
Why did it? I was just gonna say I cannot believe that it's gone on this long. I thought it was a one. I thought it was a one and doneer though. Like I remember when I heard about it, I was like, oh, that show's not gonna last. Like that's a stupid concept.
Fox needed stuff to fill the airwaves, I guess. I don't know. Go figure. But
well, they always do, but it's just I never understand what's actually gonna stick with like American television audience because that one's scream just like, oh yeah, that one won't last. Like you see some of these shows that come out and you're like, oh yeah, that's obviously a dud, and then it's done before like they get through half a season. That one I was like, yeah, that seems gimmicky enough that they can get a season out of it, but like that doesn't have legs. Like there's nobody. Like, the Masked Singer's not gonna be running for
what celebrities want to put on these massive
seasons?
Mascot costumes, sing and prance around all the time. Like that's a hard draw for me. One that has stuck around that I'm curious about is have you guys watched The Floor? The one with
I've seen ads for it, but I've never watched it.
Is that with Rob Lowe?
Yeah, Rob Lowe hosted, and it's like a really big light up floor.
Do people fall through the floor? Because that would make that show.
That'd be worth watching. Yeah,
people were just like
OWG portion of the show. In case you were wondering, just three old men talking about game shows.
Sponsored by Goldbound Medicated. It's 32.
It's been a while since a good 3rd and 2 exit. Oh, well done, Mook. Well done.
Ripcord is my favorite. It's right up there with where you're gonna go. Where are you gonna go? All right, fellas, let's talk some football. The brackets are set, boys. We've got our playoffs. Scott, you got a little bit of your craziness that you were hoping for. Did you watch any of the conference championships over the weekend?
Actually, I caught a good portion of the Arizona State Iowa State game.
That was a good one to watch.
Yeah, no, it was a decent game. I was surprised. Then the only reason, funny enough, that I ended up watching it is because I was busy doing something and wife was flipping through channels, but she was like, "Well, I'm gonna go do something." And Jordan happened to say, and she was like, "What do you want to watch, Jordan?" He's like, "Can you turn on that football game?" And it happened to be that one. And I look over and I'm like, she's like, "I only turned it on because he asked me." I was like, I'm kind of interested in this game, so it's cool. And, so my son is the reason that I ended up watching any of that game. But it was an entertaining damn game.
All of the conference championships ended up being very good games. Georgia, despite losing Carson Beck, comes out and beats Texas, wins the SEC championship. SMU had a chance to put Dabo Swinney to bed, and instead Bill goes ahead and ruins the bracket and comes back and wins the ACC, and then gave all the praise to Jesus after.
You just knew that was gonna be the outcome. You just knew it. Like, talk about scripted on that one.
It was not fun to see him win. Mookie, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, good. I just like of all the people that could trip up the bracket, why did it have to be them? Like, he's insufferable, man. Oh my God.
It was really
whatever. We're here though.
We're here. Arizona State wins the Big 12. Arizona State picked to finish last in the Big 12. They end up the Big 12 champions and a bye in the college.
That's amazing.
Awesome. That is such a great story.
I like that.
And then Penn Stated, and Oregon ended up winning the Big Ten championship.
Some things just never change, man. I love that about sports. It's
See,
like some things are just as predictable as the tide.
And that's what threw me about the Ryan Day as the Michael Jordan of James Franklin's, because I got to be honest, James Franklin may be the Michael Jordan of James Franklin's. Like, the dude is so predictable. Like, I got to be honest, I love it because he won me money again. It was a fantastic weekend, and he did his part helping out. So thank you. Thank you so much, James Franklin. But, dude, like, that game, it looked closer on paper than it ever really was. Like, I watched the majority of that, and like,
isn't that how all his big losses come to? Like,
right.
Aren't they always end up being ugly losses?
Right, but it's like, yeah, of course Penn State throws a pick to an Oregon passing defense that's not really known for being great. But why do we keep wasting time with Penn State? Like, at some point, can we give them the NCAA death penalty like SMU had and just 20 years? Let's just reset, just wipe it all out. Like, we missed the chance with Joe Pa, so let's seize that opportunity now and just say, Penn State, hard reset, get at us in like 5 years.
I love the idea of Mark Emmert just being like, you know what? Death penalty. Why?
For no reason.
Why? James Franklin, you know what you did. That's it.
Also, it can't go unpraised. The James Franklin being the Michael Jordan of James Franklin was an underrated comment, Mookie. You are on fire tonight. I gotta give it to you.
That's what set me off the last time. I was like, no one's
delayed air horn for that one.
Tyson asking the good question though. Before we get to the bracket, we do need to clear this up because this is
so
cum socks?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Hey, all I know is the White Sox are beautiful. I love the White Sox. They never get it out right.
Why did you say that like Trump?
That's what some people say.
They're beautiful. Great Sox to come in. What?
When do they eat the big Pop Tart?
Even though I'm so mad about the Pop Tart Bowl.
I'm so fucking mad, dude. So mad that I found out that reveal at a red light. I was so mad. I immediately texted you guys. Like, I saw that at a red light and was like, oh no, I won't wait till later. I won't wait till I'm safely not behind the wheel. I will text them my anger right now about the fucking reveal of this Pop-Tart being cinnamon roll. You have got to be fucking kidding me that that's the choice that we waited to hear. What?
Listen, here's the thing that they screwed up on. Like, you can't just reveal now frosted cinnamon roll. Like, why is the timing now?
Yeah, that was the other stupid part.
To do was have all three out there as they were. He was hidden. He was wrapped up. And the MVP, remember, the MVP gets to pick which Pop-Tart is killed and eaten. So it's enticing now. Oh, it's the MVP.
Yeah.
Got to pick the.
It could be anything.
What is it?
It could even be a boat.
It could even be.
But instead, now we know it's not a boat. It's the box. You got the box. Cinnamon roll is the box. Congratulations. You made it so that nobody's going to choose the mystery flavor. Nobody's choosing the classic Pop-Tart flavor cinnamon roll.
Sarah correctly saying, of all the cinnamon options.
Yes, come on. It was right there. If you were going for cinnamon, the OG classic, you went with cinnamon roll. Nobody knew that they had cinnamon roll until that reveal. That's what it was. It was like, hey guys, we actually have a cinnamon roll Pop-Tart. That so many people learned it on that moment. I'm telling you. What a stupid fucking choice.
Do you think they've got a surplus of the frosted cinnamon rolls? And they're like,
and they had to get rid of
these cinnamon rolls. All right, make the mystery mascot the cinnamon roll. They'll be flying off the shelves.
No, there had to be.
There
has to be some marketing thing behind it, like focus groups. There's no way that they haphazardly chose fucking cinnamon roll. Some big brain motherfucker told them, you can push a lot of these cinnamon rolls out the door if you put this as the third one. Like, people are gonna be like, oh, that's the one I sold in that fucking bowl game, and they're probably fucking right because people are stupid as fuck. But oh my god, is this dumb? So dumb.
Go ahead, Mook. Sorry.
Yeah, Rex following that up with, there's a cinnamon roll part?
Yeah.
I learned that on this podcast. Thanks for the education. So see, it's working. Sorry.
Share this podcast with your friends. They talk about Pop-Tart flavors and game shows. Pop-Tart flavors and game shows. They're not old. They're not old.
And how Tyson says cinnamon roll is a great name for a plus-size stripper. Talk about that. We used to talk about strippers a lot more, but we aren't as into the NBA these days, so I feel like that's partially why.
You really use that "we liberalism" there.
Racist as fuck, bro.
That
was somebody who's quick to hit us with the race card. That seemed pretty racist.
Hold on now. How is it that doesn't even make any sense.
I feel like we don't talk about the NBA anymore.
We don't. NBA every year.
We're not talking about strippers.
How many strippers were going to the All-Star game?
Why would we talk about the NBA? It hasn't started yet. It doesn't start for another 15 days. Why would we be talking about the NBA? That's stupid, Mookie.
It is by the way, how much earlier college starts than the NBA. Like, you've got a lot of your great rivalry matchups starting now, and the NBA's not even had preseason yet, I don't think.
No, they haven't. Robert Taylor is saying, I share this podcast with my friends. It is my duty as your very first official top fan. I appreciate that, Robert Taylor. Everybody else should share this with their friends. By the way, Juan Soto can buy 232,522,796.4 boxes of frosted cinnamon roll Pop-Tarts.
How many Uncrustables? We probably need that.
Oh, wait, you're right. Yeah, let's do the math.
How long could he feed the NFL?
All right, we're gonna do that.
See, kids, math can be fun. Rex also saying, making her way to the stage, cinnamon roll. You can cover her with.
Keep going. You started.
Yeah,
you started.
You can cover her with your own frosting for an extra fee in the VIP room.
And there's the Mook we all know and love. Didn't even visually screen that sentence. He just went in cold. Just, it's up on the screen. I'll just start reading. I love it. That was unintended. I had no intentions of you getting to that and just tripping over it like that. But that was amazing.
Thank you. That's what I do, Scott. Just keep passing me the ball, and we'll be making not top 10 every week.
Oh, you hit a couple dunks, and now you just rocked the rim, and it went back to half court.
Going back to the back of my baseball card, right?
Coach is like, come have a seat next to me. So you got too big for your britches. Come have a seat next to me.
You can buy 56,708,673.09 boxes of Uncrustables. That's the 15 count. That breaks down to hang on. We got to figure that out times 15. That's 850,630,096.4 Uncrustables that he can purchase with his contract.
Okay.
That's going to feed the NFL for how many seasons? 2. I mean, based on those numbers we were seeing for Uncrustables, it's probably 2 seasons.
And they're not going to slow down on eating them Uncrustables either.
Hell no. If anything, they're going to hit 1 billion because, that's how it works exponentially. So, these guys are going to go for 1 billion Uncrustables here soon. Oh, fuck.
All right, let's look at the rankings, fellas. I'll figure out the Uncrustables later because my brain is swimming already just from typing numbers into the calculator. This was the rankings prior to the finals. We had Oregon at 1, Texas at 2, Ohio State and Tennessee were at 8 and 9. Georgia and IU were at 7 and 10. Then in the bottom half of the bracket, you had SMU in that 3 spot, Boise State in the 4 spot, Penn State and Arizona State in the 5-12, and the Notre Dame, Alabama in the 6-11. So that was going into conference championship week. Now that we have the conference titles in place, boy, what a difference. Biggest benefactors from Bill Sweeney fucking up our world is Boise State getting a 3 seed in the playoffs. Arizona State bumps up to the 4 seed. So Oregon, Georgia slides in at that number 2 after beating Texas. Boise State and Arizona State get the byes. Absolutely bananas. Oregon's treat for being the number 1 overall seed, the only undefeated team in college football, they get to play the winner
rematch against Ohio State.
What a shitty draw that is for Oregon. That is awful. Notre Dame and Indiana have an in-state game at Notre Dame. Winner plays Georgia.
So in the end, the SEC did end up with that that coveted 5 seed.
They did. They backed their way right into it.
Yep.
Texas, after losing to Georgia, as rough as that is, they still get that beautiful 5 spot where they get to now host Bill Sweeney, then play Arizona State, and then take on likely the winner of Oregon, Ohio State.
Look at that bottom of the bracket on the right,
dude. Just look at the bottom of the bracket. Look at the bottom of the bracket. You have SMU, Boise State, Arizona State, and Clemson as 4 of the 6 teams in the bottom half of the bracket.
I know, but you also have non-traditional Indiana up there at the top. And I get it. The bottom's way worse. But just that bottom right corner, like, Jesus God. Factoring in the fact that we know Penn State doesn't win big games, SMU and Boise State.
That's exactly it. Watch them luck their way into winning these. They're going to sneak past.
Dude, I hope to God SMU plays Georgia in the Final Four. That'd be great.
That would
How
be
dare
amazing.
you? How dare you?
Sorry.
They don't.
Sorry, while making assumptions. I was just playing the top seed version. That's all.
It's just what some people say, Mike. Don't worry about it. Don't get caught up in it. Let's just beat the Hoosiers. That's all we got to do. Win 1 game, and then we'll take our loss to Georgia like high class fans we are. Okay.
Right. I'm getting excited because because Carson Beck is out for the playoff game for the Sugar Bowl. Carson Beck won't play for Georgia. So if Notre Dame can get past Indiana, they got a chance to get past Georgia. And if they get past Georgia, they're likely playing Penn State. And James Franklin sucks. Notre Dame could win the national championship
against Ohio State. Probably lose.
You probably will in the last second field goal. You have no kicker. Like, come on, Mike. Don't do this to yourself, man.
Or just get straight blasted like they have in the other championship games.
I mean,
even worse.
Seriously, and I'm 40 now. It's no big deal. Remember? I'm trying to remember, but oh my god, I see this path, and it like lit up for me. It was like,
hey, remember, dude? Remember when we talked about this? Remember when we talked about Notre Dame giving you hope, and like then it getting to where and you were like,
what? Scott, we should have made him take a video of himself that day. Just
yes, we should have.
And then we could play it back right here. Be like, all right, this is you talking to yourself. Just remember these words. It would probably end up happening somehow as Mike would end up talking the recording of himself into also having hope, and so it ended up being twice as bad. It's so contagious when he gets like this. It's
no. To be fair, though, I'm pretty sure that he admitted that if they got to that point, like he'd be all hyped in. Like it wouldn't be like he wasn't going to try to pretend, but I think the Georgia copium is really what he's like trying to get. That's where he's selling himself like too short. Like it's like, okay, they might not have him, but let's not just pencil in a dub and then we got Penn State. Like his mighty SMU might show up. You never know.
They might.
Notre Dame's plus 800 odds to win the whole thing.
He's going with the wise guys.
Well, because all right, let's get to the wise guys rankings.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So what? So who do the wise guys have winning the whole thing now? Point. Like, if we filled out the bracket
in the bracket, I didn't do a wise guys style bracket, but I'll give you the numbers. Oregon and Texas have the best odds at plus 360.
That's on the same side of the bracket too. That's wild.
Yeah, Oregon and Texas. So basically, they're saying that side of the bracket is likely going to win.
Yeah,
Oregon and Texas at plus 360, Georgia at plus 450, Ohio State at plus 475, Penn State at plus 600, Notre Dame at plus 800. Then listen to this jump. Tennessee plus 2,500.
Damn.
Wow.
Indiana at plus 4,000, SMU at plus 4,500, Clemson at plus 5,500.
Wow.
Arizona State at plus 6,000, Boise State at plus 6,500. So if you reseed it based on the final rankings, this looks a whole lot different because Notre Dame's got that Sweet 16. No, I didn't. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That wasn't even a question I would have been thinking about until about this moment. So no big deal. But I'm excited, dude. I can't wait to see how this whole thing plays out. This is gonna be fun, dude.
They're plus 800. Like it's after the Northern Illinois loss, after they lost to Northern Illinois, Notre Dame was plus 8,000 to win the national championship. And here we are a few weeks later, plus 800. They could do it. They could really do it. Vegas thinks they could do it.
Yeah, Vegas thinks they could do it after like 6 other teams that are probably going to do it.
Five other teams. They're in 6.
Okay.
5 other teams. But a lot of those teams play each other. They're all on that side of the bracket. You only got to beat one of them. You just got to beat Penn State. Penn State's ahead of you. You got to beat and Georgia. You got to beat Georgia and Penn State.
How funny would it be after we sat here talking about Penn State not being able to win a big game, and you feeling all good about he's gonna James Franklin all over himself, and then like they come out and just womp that ass.
How dare you again? That
was a little mean.
I
know, but I'm just trying to bring it back in. Like just remember, just calm down. That's all I'm saying. Like things can happen. Just don't get too far. That's all. Plus 800 though. Woo.
Give me hope. You don't have hope anymore.
See the
Alabama.
The move would have been buy in at 8,000 with that cash out option, because then we could cash that in for a decent.
My
decent
God,
sum right now.
where were you on that one, Mookie?
Yeah, would have been really
probably betting a couple of bucks on something somewhere.
Waiting months to get my money.
I could see Mookie right now just being like, I cashed out, baby. I cashed that one out. I won't take it out of the account, but I cashed out, and I turned that 50-cent bet that I made on Notre Dame at plus 8,000 into 64 cents. In your face, Juan Soto. Suck it, baby. That's what right. I did. I'm Mookie.
How many classic gorditas is that?
Not enough. And what did you call it? A classic gordita.
We see they brought back the classic supreme one though, on like the 90s menu or the 2000s menu, whatever they're doing.
It's the 90s.
Mookie.
The 90s. Yeah.
Mookie. It's the cheesy gordita crunch. It's the best menu item at Taco Bell. Outside of the Baja Blast.
Yeah.
But you besmirched its name with the classic.
No. Two completely separate products. I was talking about
what you were asking about. You weren't asking about the.
I was.
You were asking about the cheesy gordita crunch, but you said classic gordita because you fucked it up in your head.
I would never fuck up Taco Bell. If you knew me at all, you would know this.
You are not a Baja Blast guy.
I'm not a Baja Blast guy. I won't claim that moniker,
guys. You don't even get it.
But I go south of the border like all the time. Ask my wife. Pause.
I also feel like this one fits somehow.
Rex won't be mad about it.
Alabama got left out, boys. Bill Sweeney kicked out of the playoffs. And boy, the SEC in Alabama is not happy. The Alabama AD went on a Twitter tirade about how, now we may need to reevaluate our strength of schedule, since clearly strength of schedule doesn't matter if SMU gets in, but Alabama gets left out. SMU that had one less loss than us and also played in a conference championship, and those are things that we didn't have. We had one more loss, and we didn't play in a conference championship, so it's unbelievable that they would get in ahead of us because our schedule is so fucking hard. So now we have to reevaluate all this, and you know what? Maybe we don't play tough out-of-conference opponents anymore. Does anybody know what Alabama's out-of-conference schedule was this year? Scott, any guess who their best out-of-conference game was this year?
No, but I saw their own fans were lighting them up for the fucking straight the schedule because it was for shit. But I didn't see who the teams were, but that sounds about right. How poetic is it, though, that the playoffs are partially here in this format because Alabama was so dominant for so long. In the first 12-man iteration, they're outside griping about how they couldn't get into the club. That's fucking poetry, man.
Scott, this is the out-of-conference schedule that Alabama thinks they might have to reevaluate. Make it a little bit, since strength of schedule doesn't matter, why would we risk it when we play Western Kentucky and South Florida and Wisconsin and Mercer? Those are fucking struggle bus teams right there. You realize
Mercer?
They played Wisconsin?
They play Wisconsin.
Today I learned Mercer has a football team.
Hey, they got a fat check too, man. Like,
oh my goodness. Did they beat Mercer? Or was that one of the losses?
They did beat Mercer.
Oh, good.
They beat them 52-7. And then the following week, lost to Oklahoma 24-3. So, like, it kills. These conferences are like, you don't even realize. Like, Lane Kiffin was bitching about it. Alabama's bitching about it. They're like, it's so hard. These conferences are so hard. Bitch, you were the one that opened up these doors. You wanted all this extra revenue. You wanted Texas and Oklahoma and everybody. And now you're like, it's fucking hard, man. Like,
right, I know. Like, now we got everybody, and we got to play a playoff game every week. And, whoa, maybe this isn't what we fucking wanted. Maybe we want to bring back where half of our conference is just fucking, Vanderbilt and shit.
They can't even say that this year. Vanderbilt beat Alabama.
There's one of their L's. Nothing like an in-conference loss to Vandy. That's right. I forgot. That's right, because Vandy stormed the field. Oh,
yes. They took the goalpost.
Yeah, they took the
Bourbon
goalpost
Street or whatever.
Guys, are we going to see a team bail on the SEC to go to an easier conference? Like, are we going to start seeing teams that think they deserve a playoff spot that keep getting left out? The Ole Misses, the Alabamas that like.
Oh my God, we're gonna end up. We're gonna end up with conferences like we did a decade ago, aren't we? It's gonna all revert back to the way it was.
Mookie, you said that's interesting. Are you on board with my theory here that somebody
the Pac-12 is just going to randomly reform itself?
You could, as long as you still get a seat at the bargaining table. Like, if this doesn't happen soon, the SEC and Big Ten are just going to squeeze everyone out. Like, they're going to have all the power. But I could see where, like, let's say a couple people choose to go in the ACC and it becomes compelling or something. Yeah, I could see that, because why work hard?
Work smarter, not harder.
Right. We've said this on this show multiple times. The easiest path to a win, you take that. Don't worry about this. We want to play an extra game. No, fuck that. Easiest path to a title. Done.
That whole look at who we played, puff our chests out is great. Except for when, you lose a game or two. Then
right.
Not that big of a badge of honor, because then all of a sudden, oh, well, why didn't you win those games?
Congrats, you're a loser.
Right. And so I could see how funny would it be if Alabama leading the charge. Alabama's like, you know what? We've conquered. We've done everything we can do in the SEC. It's time to move on to greener pastures. We're going to the ACC.
I don't think, if I had to pick a team from the SEC that would do this, I don't think I'd pick Alabama.
No, I mean, it wouldn't actually be, but it would be funny.
You know who I would pick?
Ole Miss, as long as Lane is there.
Nah, LSU. Brian Kelly would 100% be like, you know what? I'm taking my family to the Big 12. We're gonna play UC every year. He would be the one that does it, and I think
I could see that.
Maybe Iowa. I think Iowa might be like, you know what? We're going to the ACC. That's more our speed. We're
more our speed. We're going to the Pac-12. We're going to dominate those two teams there. We're bringing Smash Mouth football back to the Pac-12.
Back to Oregon State and what is it, Washington State? Nothing like it.
Scott, you found a story. It's a little bit older, but you found a story about an Alabama linebacker who was in a little bit of hot water.
It was a little bit of hot water, but the rumor mill was a churning. I think that was my favorite part of the story. Like, the Alabama rumor mill got going because this linebacker, who's like a third string linebacker. It was transferring out, got, I think, cut from the team towards the end of the season. It was like unknown rules, and fans and message boards and internet sleuths are like, yo, why'd this dude get cut from the team? Coach just said, personal reasons, blah, blah, blah. It was real vague. And then rumors started circulating that it was because he was texting the head coach's daughter some dick pics. Which, if that's true, and allegedly and rumors and such, all the caveats.
Some people say,
but if you're bold enough as just a whatever linebacker on any team, let alone Alabama, to just be out here texting the head coach's daughter a dick pic. And then what was the phrase? What did he say? What was the phrase? Because I forgot, but that was another key part of this. Do you want to ride this horse? It's what he's allegedly sent with the dick pics. Do you want to ride this horse? It was reminiscent of our good friend J.R. Smith with you trying to get the pipe. It took me back, man. And now I need this to be true. I need the fact that Alabama's season was for utter shit. And the head coach is probably taking all the shit off. He ain't saving. He's got to go, blah, blah, blah. And also one of his third string linebackers sending his daughter dick pics. Talk about you trying to ride this horse. Talk about lack of institutional control.
It's not. Look, it's bad. It's bad. Unsolicited consent is important. It's the 11th commandment. We know that. So the unsolicited dick pics are bad. Which is worse? Because
Drainpour.
I was going to add a third story now. Ole Miss has a quarterback who is transferring out, former 5-star recruit. He's actually signed with LSU and then transferred into Ole Miss. He is transferring away from Ole Miss now. He had reportedly been dating Lane Kiffin's daughter. So she was literally riding the horse. So what is worse, the unsolicited dick pic to your coach's daughter or actually laying the pipe to your coach's daughter? Like at least one's consensual, but
I mean, was the reason that he transferred out because Lane found out and he had to go, or was it because he wasn't?
Because he wasn't that good and wasn't getting playing time.
Oh, I mean, that's just kind of embarrassing for him. But also, if I was Lane, that'd be another feather in my cap. I'd be like, man, you can't date my daughters. I will make your ass transfer out with lack of playing time, and I'll just tell you fucking suck. Like, I mean, that. So I unsolicited dick pics. I don't want some rando guy, not a star, not a former 5-star, just a jag sending my daughter dick pics talking about you trying to ride this horse.
Trying to ride this horse is such the confidence you have for that line. That is.
Hey, to drop that unsolicited too. Like, just, hey, yo, I'm going to send her this. What you think your response is going to be? I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
I wish I had a tenth of that confidence, because if that was me, it would have been like, like that would have been the message.
No. It had just been the response from her. Hey, I got an unsent message from you earlier this afternoon at 1:03. What was that? Oh, nothing.
Nothing. I didn't. Nothing.
Nothing at all. I just, I accidentally text you. I meant to text the group chat. I just nothing. How you doing? How's your day going? Tell Coach I said hi.
Tyson saying you need a horse first, Mike, not a seahorse.
God
Thank you for getting the joke I was making, Tyson. I appreciate that. Jesus Christ.
A lot of minds out there, man.
Everybody's a Wiseguy.
That was the oldest fucking thing ever said on this show.
I know. I went for that one. Oh,
Shit, you Weisenheimers.
This Christmas sale is doing Scott good. Like, I mean, you can always count on that OG Christmas sale like this, man.
Oh, it's got
this
me
is what
feeling
the holidays
great,
are
man.
about.
It's almost made me forget that the Yankees have destroyed my life again.
Bill Belichick might be going to North Carolina, guys. What the fuck is going on in this?
Seriously, what the fuck?
Mookie, what?
He's got to go somewhere. I mean, the thing that blows my mind is you see how he's trying to get them to negotiate in that his kid is the head coach in waiting. Like, it's not just enough for him to have the job or him to have all player personnel control. Like,
that's all this is, though. This is just totally like an in for his son. But why? Like,
no coached either.
Couldn't you swing your dick anywhere and get your son a job? Why North Carolina?
Apparently not.
Was available.
Nobody in the NFL is signing. He went through the last coaching cycle without signing anywhere. Like, I think he's washed in the NFL. So he's like, let's see. I'll show them that I don't need Tom Brady. I'll go to North Carolina, and make it to Charlotte for the ACC championship, and then knock Bam out of the playoffs or something. I don't know.
I also have to chuckle that they just fired old ass Mac Brown, and they're like, let's replace him with a young Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And North Carolina just collected all the coaches of yore.
Well, no, because they're not just getting him; they're getting his son. So it's like,
plus
20-year younger version of him, or 30 or whatever.
Is he the brownie of head coaches? That's what's going on here.
I just can't wait to hear Bill Belichick angry in a press conference after a game, just going, "We're on to Georgia Tech." Like that same.
Yeah, he's not going to be good dealing with the fan base and alumni that you have to deal with in college. Like there's going to be some good stuff coming out of this.
We've seen it tried, right? Like Arizona State tried with Herm Edwards, and they tried to run it like a professional organization where Herm Edwards wasn't so much a coach. Not only did it not work, it almost ruined the program. Like, that's why Arizona State was picked to finish last in the ACC or in the.
That's what makes it impressive that they're where they are after all that. Like, and I love Herm, but I can't believe how much of a disaster that fucking was.
He fucked it up, man.
Yeah, like really fucked it up.
It's like, damn, Herm, I think he's losing some of his marbles. Like him and Lee Corso may need to hang out a little bit more and stay off to the side. Big Lee Corso fans over here, Mike. What do you
Exasperated Lou said it all. Oh god, dude.
Talk NFL, fellas. Two NFL things I want to talk about tonight. Number one, we're going to start here because we were talking about unsolicited dick pics. So Brett Favre back in the news, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate unsolicited dick pic sender. There's a new 30 for 30 coming out called the New York Sack Exchange that debuts in a couple days, and it relives Michael Strahan's record-setting season where he got the sack record. There is a trailer that dropped, and in the trailer, you have Mark Gastineau, who held the record prior to Strahan, approaches Brett Favre at like some autograph signing, and Brett Favre like shakes his hand. He's like, "Hey, I think we met before." And Gastineau was like, "Why'd you lay down for him? Why'd you lay down for him?" And Favre was like, "What?" And he's like, "I want my sack. I want my sack back." And Brett Favre just stood there and stared, and he's like, "You hurt me, Brett. You hurt me. I want my sack back." And then some guy steps in and was like, "All right, Brett, we got to go," and like takes him away. The fact that this man is still holding on to this, guys,
I love it.
Terrifying. That's terrifying, Scott.
I love it. A man with CTE that wants to kill Brett Favre, sign me up. Sign me the fuck up. Now we're finally going to get revenge for all that stolen welfare money in Mississippi.
Oh God!
Because I still to this day I'm just as upset. I never forget that moment. I'm like, That is how the sack record was broken. This little bitch ass dude that I can't fucking stand falling over to this gap tooth motherfucker that I also can't stand. Oh, what a shitty ass moment for that to go down. Like all of the sacked legends in the history of the NFL, like had to just be like embarrassed for that shit. I'd be so fucking pissed.
A record like that needs to be set with somebody's helmet getting knocked off.
It's just fucking rimrock. It should have been Favre, but he should have been fucking concussed. He should have been fucking Steve Young'd off that field. It'd be like, yeah, and there's your sack record. Every time we talk about the sack record, we're gonna see this video. Fucking Brett Favre just fucking head rocked off the fucking turf right there at the Meadowlands. Yeah, I bet you won't. Yeah, go get Jen Sturgeon.
This Christmas sales got right.
I can't stand that son of a bitch.
Mookie, what are your strong feelings about Michael Strahan's sack record?
I can't beat Scott. He said it all perfectly. I've always hated it too. Like just bending over for the guy, like make him fucking
such a horrible moment, man.
Yeah, like it's stupid.
Records are supposed to be special when they're broken.
Right. Oh man.
I want to see this 30 for 30. It's been a while since I've been excited for a 30 for 30, but now I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Chiefs, guys. And I know this is a dangerous topic. I thought about bringing it up a couple weeks ago. I backed off because we have a very avid Chiefs fan in the comment section.
What did you mispronounce annoying?
God damn.
I love you though, Robert.
Oh. What the fuck is happening with this voodoo magic that the Chiefs have this year? Like it is the luckiest team I have ever seen in my life. They find new ways to win a game that they should have lost. Like this time around, it was a field goal that doinked off the uprights and went in. Every other team, the Bengals do that. It's a fucking doink, and it's 30 yards the other way, and somebody plays it off the goalpost and runs it back for 6.
Well, hold on a minute, though. You can't really say that after last night, can you?
I know.
I mean, come on. How anti-Bengals was that ending?
I mean, it's about time we get one go our way. That's and also that wasn't like a bizarre, weird thing like a doink. That was just a dumbass special player who didn't know what he was supposed to do.
Idiot.
Even my wife was like, aren't you supposed to just get away if you block it? And I'm like, yeah, that's really what you're supposed to do. But man, Homer Simpson missing on Lisa when Bart threw it to Lisa on that out route and Lisa cut in and Homer bit. It was glorious.
Great route running too from Lisa. I didn't expect that athleticism and quickness from
dude. Watching her run up the seams and not step out of bounds was fucking
that end around. Whew.
Ralph
Fire.
Whoa. What are you talking about Lisa's end around? Settle down, dude.
Oh, man, the jet sweep was on
not
all
even
night.
co-ed
8-12 yards easy. 8-12 yards easy.
Ralph Wiggum scored a touchdown in that game, guys. Can I just say, listen, I was hyped for the Simpsons broadcast. I couldn't get through 2 minutes of that. It was painful to watch. The animation wasn't great. It was so far behind.
I didn't watch. Yeah, and that's what I kept thinking. I was like, I know they said that they couldn't, swap these games out, and I realized after the fact, well, they're never going to because they can't flex Monday night games out any goddamn way. But if that's why, like the way it was animated, it wasn't like real Simpsons animation. It was like the 3D Simpsons, like video game animation, which has always been jarring to me, and it just doesn't quite work. Like it was cool to see for, like you said, a couple of minutes, and then it was just like, It's weird, and it doesn't really, I don't know, it just didn't work.
I literally watched a few minutes and then was like, you know what? Anything cool happens, I'll see it on like Blue Sky the next day. Like, I'm not, this isn't must-see TV for me. And then, like I said, it was so far behind because I thought they were like, they had the technology to animate it in real time, but it's not. It was so
NHL
far
does.
delayed. And then on top of that, it was delayed even further because it was on Hulu or Disney Plus, so it wasn't even like it was streaming. So you already have the streaming delay, and then you've got the delayed animation. It was like 5 minutes behind the actual play.
Damn.
It was really, really frustrating.
And then you layer on, as Scott said, Mina Kimes was excellent. Dan Orlovsky was even worse than he was as a QB. And like, it was weird. They were trying to force all the phrasing, and they were really trying to like Simpsonify it when they were calling the game. As like, this just feels forced and uncomfortable.
I did like Orlovsky saying that the Bengals defense is craptacular. That I did appreciate, and I thought that was a nice touch, because they are that very terrible, horrible defense. But yes, Mookie, we get one lucky win. The Bengals get one lucky win. The Chiefs have had several. They have a point differential of 56. Like, that is the lowest point differential for a 12-1 team, basically in the history of 12-1 teams. But it feels like they're a team that just won't lose. Like, they're just going to keep winning in this fashion. I need to know, though, is this a house of cards? Are the Chiefs going to fumble their way? Like, is something going to happen that just dagger to the heart takes out the fan base in the playoffs, or are they going to skate all the way through? And I want to ask this in the form of a sip, chug, drain, pour. So let's do this. We'll start just in this way in the AFC. Sip, chug, drain, pour. Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, Super Bowl contenders. Oh, Mookie, that was a scary drop in the hand right there. That was a drop right there, man.
So I can confidently say I would pour drain the Ravens right now. Like,
yep.
They're just not all there. They're just not all right. I mean, Justin Tucker, I think, is a great example where you're just seeing this fall from greatness, where I don't know that it's cost him a ton of games, but it's something you wouldn't rely on come playoff times. I really, really, really want to sip the Bills because they're playing well. Josh Allen is next level. He's not turning the ball over. They're just chugging along and vibing, but until you beat them, you can't take them before the Chiefs. So I'm going to sip the Chiefs, chug the Bills, and pour drain the Ravens.
Scott?
Mookie fucking backed right into that spot like he's fucking a pro. God damn it! You want to talk about old man talk? Look at that backhand job that motherfucker did. Holy shit! He nailed it. Yo, he nailed it. There's your answer. Everybody can do what they want, and we're all bored of the Chiefs, and we hate it, and yada, yada, yada. The Chiefs going to be the Chiefs until they're not the Chiefs, and they are still the fucking Chiefs. Find a way to win. That's all you got to do. That's all they're going to keep on doing. Sip the Chiefs, chug the Bills, and drain pour the Ravens, because I like the Ravens, but they always come up short. Like,
always James Franklin it.
Yeah, they always come up short a play or two. Like, I hate it for them, but because I really want to see Lamar like get that shot. But that's the way I'm going.
Robert's going slightly different. He's sipping the Chiefs, chugging the Ravens, and drain pouring the Bills because we've seen it before. Scotty going the first sip to the Bills, chugging the Chiefs and pour draining the Ravens. I am with you guys on this one. I'm pour draining the Ravens. I'm going to chug on the Bills. And I'm gonna sip the Chiefs because I just
have to.
I feel like
it's gonna say you have to. They're the Bills. They are the Bulls. They are the Bulls of the NFL right now. Like, you sip them until Scotty and them is gone. So until there's no Mahomes and no Andy Reid, I'm not fucking with the formula. They're the best. They're gonna keep
until they run out of burgers in Kansas City. You sip the Chiefs.
It's almost like Patrick Mahomes has made a deal for his soul, where he was like, you know what, give me all of the Super Bowl, and the devil was like, well, I want your soul, and he's like, deal, and the devil's like, actually, we need to sweeten this pot a little bit. Not only do I get your soul, but you also have to spend your life with this woman. And Patrick Mahomes is like, oh shit, that's a tough one. All right, I'll do it. I'll deal with her, and I'll give you my soul in exchange for being the greatest football player that never fucking loses ever. God, it's so
well.
funny.
You know what though, Mike? He probably didn't feel too bad about it because he had Jake from State Farm on his side to keep him covered, so wasn't as worried.
He did. That commercial with Danny Rojas is the worst State Farm commercial I've ever seen.
Don't do his life.
Yeah, hate that one. All right, let's go NFC now, boys. We're going to go with the top 3 seeds in the NFC. Sip, chug, drain, pour. The Eagles, the Lions, the Vikings. Scott, I'm going to go to you first.
I'm going to Drainpour the Vikings. I don't give a fuck about. It's been a fun little story, but we're not doing that in the playoffs. Like, come on. I'm going to chug the Eagles, and I am going to sip on the Lions. I think this is their time. They've got this shit aligned. And I mean, it sounds arrogant, but the 49ers are not in their way. The only team that really like matched up like pound for pound for them. And we saw it in the NFC Championship game last year. Niners are out of the way. Lions are winning this thing. So I'm sipping the Lions.
I mean, again, Scott nailed it. I don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx the Lions, but poor Drain the Vikings. They're not for real. There's nothing.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're gonna lose in the first round. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
They've had a fun little year. I mean, they should be. They should
be a little run, but Sam Darnold is your quarterback. Like he'll run with it at some point, and it's going to be a problem. And who do you have to fall back on after that, too? Right? Like there's no other weapons besides Jefferson out there that I think are really legitimate number ones. Eagles, there's something wrong. They're just weird. Like that team's weird. They don't seem to like each other very much. They question the coach, yet they're still winning all these football games. Like I don't get them, and I think it's all going to fall apart. And like the Lions look like they're again kind of like the Bills. They're just humming along. And
I know that everybody's worried about because we have people mentioning in the comments about the injuries on the Lions defense.
But they've held it together, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like they keep going. Like, and it's like as long as you keep going and you don't start seeing dramatic dropouts, like it's like sometimes you're just on, man. It just doesn't matter.
You got the right scheme. You know how to pull the right guy from the right practice squad.
And it's just your time. Like they made it all the way to the doorstep last year. I'm telling you, that's how this story goes. Like they got all the way there last time. They know exactly what it takes. And the team that stopped them ain't there. Like who in the NFC is really like, I mean, because the Eagles, but I just
got talent, but like, do they like
the Eagles can all of a sudden have this really like shit the bed day? Like they just will randomly just shit the bed, and you're like, what fucking Eagles team was that?
Like, did you see the dude who bet like $3.5 million on the Eagles to beat the Panthers this weekend, and he was sweating it out over like a $300,000 bet, like win.
It was a Xavier Legette drop that sealed that win for him.
Yeah, like. And that's the Eagles in a nutshell. And so you put them against an actual team and like, they'll be finished. They'll step on their throat and it won't even be a thing. So yeah. Scott, of course, taking the most important slant on these kinds of things. And that's the personal slant, saying the Lions can't win the NFC because my wife is discussing going to the Super Bowl, which would probably cost me $38,000.
Dude, that shit's real. When your team looks like they're in the position to do that. And then you start thinking about stuff like that. And you're like, it might actually financially, this might ruin me a little bit. Like this might set me back if my team succeeds too much. Like it's going to cost me.
About that once in the Bengals run. There wasn't a no balls chance in hell. Somebody said, "Hey, are you thinking about going out there?" Like, fuck no. I'm gonna sit at home. I'm gonna eat a crock pot full of buffalo chicken dip with a spoon, and I'm gonna fucking drink beer. That's what I'm gonna do for the Super Bowl. You know what they don't have at whatever stadium the Super Bowl's at? A crock pot full of buffalo chicken dip. It doesn't exist there. So I'm good at home. Like, there's no way I'd go. Not a chance. Scott did sip the Eagles, chug the Lions, and pour drain the Vikings. Robert Taylor's saying the Eagles have the better defense right now over the Lions, and he thinks that cost Detroit.
It could.
I'm going to go with you guys. I'm sipping the Lions. I am going to chug the Eagles, and I'm pouring the Vikings. So that gives us the meme that I think everybody agrees with here. The Super Bowl we want is Buffalo and Detroit. Like that's the Super Bowl we want. Everybody in the world.
Two franchises that have not won a Super Bowl. Like America wins with that matchup.
Yeah, so welcome to the next Super Bowl, Chiefs and Eagles. Like we can't have nice.
It's 100% happening. We're gonna get the Andy Reid's former team here in the Super Bowl against his current team. Blah-diddy, fucking blah. Yep, that's what's on deck, folks. Get fucking ready.
We can't have nice things. So we are in the darkest timeline. So instead of Bills Lions and fun, hey, some long-suffering franchise, we can break the curse. No, we get fucking Patrick Mahomes and we get the Eagles and we
get Phillies fans.
Fucking,
boy.
God almighty.
Oh.
Is this the window for the Lions? Like, this is it, right? If they make a deep playoff run, Ben Johnson and AG are gone. Like that,
Yeah.
I don't think Dan Campbell can recreate the magic without those two on his staff. So this is it, right? This is the window. This is after
This is
this
their shot,
season,
man.
they're gone.
Like Eminem would say, you get one shot. It's your moment. Own it. Never let it go. I don't fucking know, man.
Like Mario.
Like Mario.
Pass.
Coward.
Miller for three. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
Coward.
You are. You're a coward. You're a coward for not trying it.
I already hit it once tonight. I'll go 1 for 2. That's fine. 500 still gets you in the Hall of Fame.
But you didn't go 500.
I'm gonna just take the called third strike.
No, coach was like, "Come on out," and you were like, "Nah, coach, I'm good."
I'll just take the called third strike. Went out like a choo-champ. Watch from the dugout as he was called out on a pitch clock violation. A true warrior of the game.
That's such a lazy fucking thing. I can totally see you doing that. Like, just they'll get me on a pitch clock. I'm not even going out there. So.
Fuck it. This at bat don't matter. It's fine. I hit my incentive for today. It's okay.
Let's talk basketball, boys.
Boom shakalaka.
I mean, if you're Juan Soto, you go out there and stand because you make $91,000 for doing it. God damn it. Fuck.
As the number one recruit in the class of 2025 announced his commitment today, AJ Dybantsa? I don't know how to pronounce his name. And I'm too buzzed on this cookie exchange milk. He announced his commitment. He had offers from the likes of North Carolina and Kansas and Duke. And Scott, I will give you 3 guesses to guess where this kid signed to play his college ball.
From what were the options? What did you
say? Just guess.
Or just in general?
Number 1 recruit in college basketball. Where did he sign?
Kentucky or
Wrong.
Villanova?
Wrong.
UConn.
Wrong. Mookie, 3 guesses.
Damn.
BYU.
God damn it, you ruined it. You son of a bitch.
Gave us on the
He's soaking. Oh fuck.
Ruined it, you son of a
Could they do a modern version of He Got Game at BYU?
Probably, because they haven't seen that movie.
No, I know, but like let's recreate it, but only have the campus visit be to BYU.
Oh.
Just all those scenes recreated at BYU. Let's go dig up the 2024 version of Rick Fox. All of it. I need all of it.
Supposedly the NIL package was ridiculous. Like maybe the biggest NIL package.
Really?
Some people are saying it's a big NIL package. Mormon's got a lot of money. I don't know.
The biggest NIL package of all time, even. I don't know, maybe.
Some people are saying it. I don't know. Huge NIL package that this kid got. But I don't know what amount of money is worth it, guys. Because this kid, is arguably, they say, could be starting in the NBA next year. Like, he has to go to college for a season. But if he didn't have to, he could be a day 1 starter in the NBA next year. So he has to play in college, and he decides BYU. What amount of money would it take for you to live on that campus for a year, have to abide by their code of conduct that they have, where you're not allowed to drink, you're not allowed to have sex, you're not allowed to swear, all of that stuff? That's a lot of money that it would take for me to to be okay with this. Look at Scott.
So what happens if he went there?
Scott went Stevie Wonder on this question.
because this guy read and proposed that question as if this guy is going to be held to any of those fucking standards for a year. Are you fucking kidding me? They're going to roll out the red carpet and they'll be like, sex, bitches, booze, whatever the fuck you want. You came to BYU to ball, and the rules don't apply to you. And for 1 year, dude, he's going to be skiing. I'll tell you that. It would do all the fucking scan. I don't know that the money would have to be that crazy. I got to tell you, they could present a sizable amount as long as it was comparable, and it's how it's delivered. And I gotta tell you, I mean, BYU for 1 year, I might accept the Pepsi challenge on that one if the money is right and we're talking about all the perks coming with it. Like, yeah, I'm not following any of your fucking rules, but I'll come here and ball.
Here's the problem though, Scott. Here's the problem. He may not have to follow the rules. The other students do. So they now you've got to go off campus to potentially find some ski partners. And even then you're running into very religious folks around.
Do you think that the ski bunnies at fucking BYU are going to be worried about that code of conduct when the number one recruit in the country? No.
They get engaged on campus after 3 months, Scott. It's not normal. It's not what you're normally.
What do they do before that?
Try to find who's got the biggest pocketbook so they can get engaged in 3 months.
Yeah, the biggest pocketbook, and they'll settle for the biggest something else if the pocketbook ain't right. So I'm pretty sure that this guy is going to be all right. He's going to be all right, man. Like,
he's not going there to play Mormon. He
is not going there to play Mormon. And these chicks are not about to be upholding their morals either while the number one recruit in the day. Oh, you could be playing in the NBA? That's okay because I've got values. Get fuck out of here. If they're looking for the number one pocketbook, they all found it. Yeah, I was going to marry this guy, but plans have changed. I've got bigger future plans. It's NBA over here.
I need some help, girls. I need some help deciding. On one hand, there's Bryce. He's studying finance. His dad's a leader in the church. We'd be set up. I'd be wife number 3. On the other hand, there's AJ. Wife number 3. AJ sent me this picture last night of his dick and said, "You want to ride this horse?" And I could be I could be bimbo number 9. I could be wife 3 or bimbo number 9. What's it gonna be? What are the choices? He's going pro.
Hey, one slides by the goalie. Now you got him for 18 years, right? Isn't that what Kanye taught us back in the day?
Exactly.
So, bimbo number 9 might be turning into baby mama number 1.
There you go.
Facts.
And no, I haven't met a Mormon person. But the fuck does that have to do with bitches wanting to ride dick of somebody who's about to cash in? Like, I don't give a fuck religion they are. It's the same. It's all the same game, man. Come on. Things change when money gets involved. I'll tell you that. Morals go out the fucking window.
We gotta start investigating these Mormon girls, guys. Because wasn't there that story about some college kid who was groomed by his Mormon babysitter?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they're freaks. They're closet freaks. Yeah,
wasn't he from AIG? Didn't he play ball, or was he a football player?
I thought he was playing for Jazz. I thought he was playing for the Jazz.
Yeah, he got drafted by.
Well, right. Yeah. Man.
But he got groomed by his babysitter.
He's in the league. I mean, couldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Just saying, we might need to put out some investigation.
And I mean, we saw the pictures of her. Like, I'd let her groom me. All right, let's talk about this beers we're drinking.
The Christmas sale, man, get you. It's trouble.
No, man, that was a good line, though. Come on, you got to admit. I'd let her groom me.
It was Kyle Filipowski. That's who it was.
That kid, yeah.
Kyle. Yeah, Kyle. And Kyle was on a 5-star recruit. Shit.
It's crossed out shootout week, boys. That's all I gotta say about that. Let's talk about these beers that we were drinking. Because Scott there's no better dismount than what he just gave us. Scott, what delicious nectar of the gods was in your mug tonight? Rated on Caesar scale, dog or no dog?
I kept it Great Lakes family, baby, and we're drinking the OG Classic Christmas Ale, 7.5%. Doggiest of the dogs. I mean, it ain't Christmas until you have a case or two.
You want to find that bourbon barrel aged Christmas ale?
Was that by Great Lakes?
Yes.
Or it wasn't? Okay, yes. Well, I do need to find that. I don't know how easy that's going to be around here, but I'll effort it.
I feel like that was early. We're too late for it. Mookie, what was in your mug tonight? Dog or no dog?
Hudson Valley Brewing Silhouette Blueberry Raspberry Sour IPA. Dude, it was a dog, man. Don't know that I'd have a ton of them, but delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Very nice. I was drinking the Great Lakes Cookie Exchange Milk Stout again, 3rd week in a row, because it is that damn good. Absolute dog. Love this beer. Fellas, this was the show. We put this one out into the world to see.
Yeah.
We did some things on this show. We talked some stuff. We
went some places.
There was some twists and turns. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Hey, we hit 270 subscribers. It's modest. It's slow growth. So help us out. Tell a friend. Tell them to subscribe. Let's get that number up. So tell them to subscribe. Hit the bell so they know when we go live. Or when Scott does another episode of Backwards Day with they're on this week. So that way you always know.
All years.
Be sure to follow us at Craft B Sports. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky. You can join the Facebook group. It's basically the only reason to have Facebook anymore. It's the show within the show. It's the comment section come to life, so go join that and hang out with us in between shows. Shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great content there. And shout out to all the pods on the Belly Up Sports Media Network. Go check them out. Give them a sub, rate, review as well. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
Max. Could have been forever, man.
You'll never walk alone. Hook 'em.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on.